Hi, I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr, and you're watching iRide.net. Yes, I'm now finally sitting on a Can-Am Spyder RT-S, and it's time for a test ride. So here's what I'm going to do. There's a camera mounted on the rear of this bike. You're going to ride along with us. So I'm going to put on my helmet, you sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Okay, so far we went through, this was just our first stop. The first thing I noticed is that neutral is very easy to find. It's very smooth. I'm noticing that the seat kind of sculpts around your rear end. The cushion that they have on the seat top does something to kind of push you a little bit forward. Now granted, you know, I'm a little guy, so this works very well for me. I'm noticing the power steering that, well, it's definitely not loose. It's firm, but it is manageable. You know, the mirrors, nice and large, even with a little rev, no distortion. We're taking off in first gear. It's kind of weird shifting at around, you know, 4,500, 5,000 RPM. Very smooth. You know, of course, these are stock exhaust. They sound like what you'd expect the stock exhaust on a touring bike to sound like. Has kind of that BMW type of feel. Now I'm noticing, as long as I don't have a real tight grip on the bars or on the grip, it feels like it stays on center very, very well. You know, some people are saying they can't take their hand off. No issue. Coming up on a red line, downshifting, up, it's turning green on us. You know, the gear indicator, like the Victories, it does have one in here. It's small though, I mean, but you can see it. It's right down here in the, oops, I stalled out. Well, that's one of the bloopers. Had the revs down too low. But you know, the engine has a very tight feel to it. It's unlike any other V-twin I've ever ridden before. I guess on a three-wheeler it's called driven. You have to remember that you do have width. There's definitely no lane splitting on this thing. Hey, we're going over some robo tracks. Let's see how she handles. Very stable. Okay, we're going to take a right turn here. If I can find the turn. Okay, in second gear, we do a little leaning. Boy, this does take some getting used to. Okay, in first gear. You know, I'm getting the feeling that at slow speed, you can't have it at low RPM in second. Okay, to get back in neutral, it pops right back in. It's a very, very smooth transmission. The clutch grabs, I won't say grabs, the clutch engages toward the end, or the end of the pull. It is still very weird not having a brake lever here. That's something that's going to take getting some used to. There's only one brake, link braking, ABS on your right foot. Right now we're just going around 40 miles an hour, less than that, 35. And I'm barely in third gear. I could downshift here. Get the revs up. See, roll on. Yep. I don't think I can pull the front wheels off the ground, but it does have some good torque here. Again, it's going to take getting some used to with the red line at 9,000 RPM. It's a lot higher than the V-twins I'm used to riding. The display is impressive. You know, while you have your speedometer intact here, it's nice, and you know, it is programmable. You can change this around. but it's nice having the large speedometer right in front of you. This is probably the strangest part about running a Spyder. I'm at a stop. My feet never left the pegs. That's strange. This takes some getting used to. I'm noticing the clutch seems to be a little bit looser on the pull, or easier to pull, than on the RS model that I demoed previously. And that's kind of nice. It has kind of again, a gold wing feel to it. Again, on the downshift, goes right into neutral. Now the clutch lever is adjustable, so it has 4 different positions, so you can bring it closer in. Okay? And first gear, without giving it any, you really can't let the clutch out, let it go on its own. You do have to give it a little throttle twist. Again, very smooth. Even over the man covers, it just has a nice feel to it. Now remember, because you're tracking 3 wheels, there's no dodging thing. So the independent suspension is nice on this. I will tell you the cluster on my left hand of all the controls, it's a lot there. It's going to take some getting used to. You know, you can stay in, it's a longer first gear than what I'm used to. So I guess for stop and go, that's kind of a good thing. And again, one tap finds neutral the first time. That's really smooth. But the controls seem very well laid out. Again, for a shorter rider, this is nice. Again, it is so weird not having a brake lever on your right hand. And again, the clutch, I'm noticing the friction point on it is pretty much on the far end of the release. Okay, let's talk about wind coverage. Now granted, we haven't been over 40 miles an hour yet. I have the windshield on the lowest position at this point. And on turning, the leaning, it's like everybody says, it's more like a snowmobile. And going over railroad tracks, no issues. And second, now just goes right into neutral. That's nice. You know, I'm not noticing any heat whatsoever. Again, we haven't been riding that long either, but it is an 80-degree day in South Florida. In the daytime, the LEDs, you see there, they pop right out at you. It is visible. You know, it's hard to compare this. This is unlike anything that I've ever ridden before. It's definitely in a category all by itself. Because it stays on center very well with, you know, no effort whatsoever. Now here's what's weird. Going on sand, on a motorcycle here, you know, you'd feel weird. There was no moving whatsoever. So that's it for the test ride of the Can-Am Spyder RT-S. It's an interesting ride. You heard, you know, my evaluation as we were going through. You know, I'm looking forward to mine coming in. Again, let me state, this is not a motorcycle. This is a Spyder. It's a Y factor, 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the rear. It's unlike anything that you've ever ridden in the past. For iRide.net, I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr, and I'll see you on the road and online.